California, home to the most gorgeous Emmy voters in the nation. Sup, y'all? 1 month ago, the Golden State announced that it was doing a good enough job fighting the coronavirus that restaurants, stores, and other businesses could welcome customers back in. The bad news is, one of those customers was coronavirus.
California, the home state of nearly 1 out of 8 Americans, is making an abrupt U-turn to try to roll back a surge in coronavirus infections. California has recorded nearly 110,000 new cases in the last 14 days, including another 8,000 yesterday.
COVID-19 is not going away anytime soon.
Just over 1 month after reopening several sectors of California's economy, Governor Gavin Newsom is reversing course. Yesterday, he announced gyms, churches, and hair salons would be among those forced to close in 29 California counties, while bars, indoor restaurants, and movie theaters will close across the entire state.
And the state's 2 biggest school systems said today they will only do distance learning in the fall.
That's right. It might have taken a while for California to blow up again, probably because Corona was stuck in traffic on the 405, but now they've become the biggest state to roll back their reopening. Because you see, even though many of us have become bored of the coronavirus is not bored of us. Coronavirus doesn't care about the news cycle. People are like, wow, did you hear about Will and Jada? And Corona's like, yeah, the only thing I'm trying to get entangled with is your lungs. And what's happening in California is a preview of what the next year is going to look like for a lot of places. Gradually reopening, then shutting down when things get dangerous. This whole thing without a vaccine, without tracing, without enough testing, it's like trying to have sex in your parents' house. You know, things are ramping up, then you hear something creak. It's your dad getting a snack in the kitchen. You got to shut everything down till it's safe again, pull your pants back up. And California's unopening is also a good reminder that coronavirus is playing the long game, people. With numbers skyrocketing around the country, some of those very cocky statements that people were making just a few weeks ago haven't aged so well.
Florida got it right, Texas got it right, and guess what? Now it's time for all the states to follow their lead.
Governor DeSantis now looks like a genius.
Ron DeSantis of Florida, the governor, doing a fantastic job in Florida.
Governor, those dire predictions have not come true.
They look to Florida and they look at Texas that have reopened, and it hasn't led to a massive second wave.
In a very real sense, Florida is leading the way.
It's been 2 months, and Florida has figured out how to manage this pretty effectively.
Governor DeSantis, who's doing a phenomenal job. The state of Florida, which happens to be my great home state.
I can't get to Florida or Texas fast enough, and I think there's plenty of people thinking the exact same way.
How much longer are you going to keep me out of your state? I would like to go visit. When am I allowed back in?
We're glad you're opening up. We're ready to have some sunshine and get out of the house.
It's great to be in Florida, and I'm going to be back here in a week.
And I've always wanted to move to Texas. Now I think I have to.
Governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, he knows what he's doing. He's a great governor.
Governor Greg Abbott, we can learn a lot from you and a lot from Governor DeSantis, but we can also learn a lot from Governor Cuomo and Governor Murphy what not to do, because they did the opposite of what you guys did.
Texas, Florida gave us clues. Take the success clues.
The successes of Florida, Texas, the failures of New York, New Jersey.
We got to get the whole country open like Tennessee and Texas and Florida.
He's got it in great shape. Texas, Florida's doing very well.
How did you do it? Because we need to learn as we reopen. Great job down there.
Keep up the great work.
You did a great job. You saved a lot of lives, and there's a lot to learn from your success.
Yeah, maybe not a great idea to take a victory lap in the middle of a pandemic. And I know there's a lot of politics tied up with who's rooting for which states and policies to succeed, but people, we need to understand, coronavirus has no politics. It doesn't give a shit what state you live in. Coronavirus is the most bipartisan thing to happen to America since hating Jussie Smollett. And celebrating too soon and letting its guard down could basically guarantee that America is not going to beat this virus. Yeah, and if you want a visual representation of what that means, here it is.
Yes, folks. I mean, the guy had what, a 200-foot head start?
At least.
Look at this guy go.
This guy is beautiful. Look at the guy.
He thought he was going to win.
Exactly.
Yes, you see, if you're not flattening the curve, you're flattening your face. That's our show for tonight. But before we go, America is facing a nationwide poll worker shortage. And because most poll workers are over 60, And with COVID still in the air, they are understandably not showing up. But fewer poll workers means fewer polling stations open, and it means longer lines that not everyone can afford to stay and wait in, especially in communities of color. But the good news is, most poll working is paid, and in some states, you can be as young as 16 to do it. So if you're interested and you have the time, this is your chance to save Granny, protect democracy, and get some of that money too. So sign up at the link below to learn more. Until tomorrow, stay safe out there, and everyone who's going on a Tuesday vacation, have fun.